Hello YouTube and Guild. Today is October 24th, 2025, and in this video, we're going to talk about some important updates, changes we're making to the Guild's game library, as well as some Elder Scrolls Online updates, as well as some Pax Dei updates. Alright, let's get started. So, we are of course going to stay on Elder Scrolls Online. I'm pretty much never, ever going to shut down the Elder Scrolls Online Guild until I feel like I have no choice but to. And I'm talking ZeniMax officially announces they're shutting down ESO, at which point there's nothing I can do. Pax Dei, we are absolutely still going to stay on Pax Dei. We still have a lot of people interested in Pax Dei. In fact, they just came out with their 1.0 release on October 16th. We're going to talk about that later in the video. Throne and Liberty, I'm done with Throne and Liberty. I'm quitting the game, pretty much. Admittedly, I've been getting on a little bit because there's still that completionist in me that still wants to hit reset on the Amatoy house. But other than that, the guild's done. I've kicked everybody out. Blade and Soul Neo, yeah, we're pretty much done with that game. That game has just lost so much popularity, and I still get on because I want to hit tier 1 with the Crimson Legion, and I'm still getting the daily rewards. But other than that, we're pretty much done with Blade and Soul Neo. Ion Ascend, that that probably was only for what, like a week, and then we all decided, yeah, we're pretty much done. I mean, the flying part was really cool, but that was pretty much it. And then we're going to have Where Winds Meet, releasing on November 14th, 2025. So that's in less than a month from now. I am, based off what I've seen, I am highly betting on this game. It's going to be a wuxia-themed MMO where you can have a single play. You make your character, and then it can be in a single-player world, and then it can be in a shared instance with multiple people. So, now, there is another game coming out on November 7th, 2025. It's going to be called Sword of Justice Online, and I've looked into it. It's another wuxia MMO releasing a week before Where Winds Meet, and at least what I know right now, I'm going to bet more on Where Winds Meet. Maybe, well, we'll see how Sword of Justice Online goes. Maybe if I feel like the reviews are just soaring, boosting high up, I feel like it's too good an opportunity to pass up. Maybe, but at least for now, I'm going to just do Where Winds Meet. So that's our game library at the moment. Just Elder Scrolls Online, just Pax Dei, and then starting next month, Where Winds Meet. Alright. So next, we're going to talk about some ESO news. We have a couple of articles here. Stock Tamriel's Horrors to earn spooky rewards during the Witches Festival event. This is released on October 20th, 2025, so that was 4 days ago. Hunt monsters and you'll unlock bonus in-game rewards during this year's Witches Festival in-game event. Witches Festival returns. Tamriel's Horrors are in for a scare with the return of the Witches Festival event running from 10 a.m. on October 23rd, so that was yesterday, and then through Wednesday, November 5th. Throughout this haunted holiday, you can claim cursed compensations rewards, including plunder skulls, XP boosts, event tickets, and more. During the event, you will enjoy a passive 100% boost to XP gain across Tamriel. The Witch Mother's Whistle. Oh, okay, so basically if you're in like Cold Harbor. Oh, come on, I just had to say that. The Witch Mother's Whistle, the source of this bonus in the years past, is no longer needed to benefit from the event's additional XP, but the item itself and the skeletal transformation it provides is still available. To collect the whistle and enjoy a ladle or two of delectable Hag's Brew, simply follow the steps listed below. Open the Crown Store and acquire the free quest, The Witch Mother's Bargain. You can also pick up this quest by speaking with the Crow Caller, who you'll find outside of each Olive's Brewery in Stonefalls, Glenumbra, or Oradon. Complete the introductory quest to receive the Witch Mother's Whistle tool. You will need to acquire if you finish the quest in a previous year's event. Okay, cool. Blow the whistle to summon the Witch Mother's Cauldron, from which you can drink to polymorph yourself into a spooky, scary skeleton. You cannot summon the Cauldron in Cyrodiil. Okay. Plunder your fears. During the Witches Festival, whenever you slay a boss monster, you'll receive a Plunder Skull container alongside your usual spoils. Crack open one of these reward containers and you'll have the chance to receive the following items. A chance for one of the following alchemy reagents, or reagents, a festival-themed furnishing recipe, a festival-themed provisioning recipe, a complete festival-themed furnishing, a festival-themed sellable treasure, a chance for one of the following, either a Holojack-style item or a Dremora-style item. Worms, crawlers, guts, or insect parts. Okay. In addition, when you defeat a unique boss type for the first time each day, you'll be rewarded with a special Dremora Plunder Skull instead, which offers the chance at one of the following in addition to the above items: a Witch's Festival Writ, a Glenmoral Treasure Map, a Glenmoral Armor Outfit Style page, a Crowborn Hunter Outfit Style page, new Hag Matron's Face Marking Rune Box, new Hag Matron's Body Marking Rune Box, new tradable style page for the Wicker Chain Soul Outfit Style. Both variations of Plunder Skulls will drop from arena bosses, incursion bosses such as those from Dark Anchor, Hero Storms, Volcanic Vents, etc. Okay. Delve bosses, final dungeon bosses, trial bosses, public dungeon bosses, world bosses, and Thowat Replicanum in the Infinite Archive. Bonus bosses. Additional prizes await any stalwart warrior brave enough to confront Tamriel's most dreaded monstrosities, the Crowborn Horror and Lord Hollowjack. The first Nightmarish challenge, the Crowborn Horror, requires that you pick up the daily quest, Plucking the Crow, by speaking with Witch Mother Terma. Please tell me if you know the right pronunciation in the comments. Located inside Olive's Brewery and at every impresario tent found throughout Tamriel. The first time you slay the Crowborn Horror and turn in the quest each day, you will receive a special Dremora Plunder Skull. The Plunder Skull has a very small chance to contain a super rare assortment of tradable Witches Festival goodies in place of the regular Dremora Plunder Skull contents, including the full style book of the Dremora motif, a folio of all Glenmoral treasure maps, rune box, Hag Matron's face markings and body markings, and all of the Wicker Chain Soul outfit style pages. Terrifying through the Crowborn Horror may be, that monstrosity pales in comparison to the true Lord of Horror, Lord Hollowjack. Dethrone the master of the macabre by acquiring the daily quest to challenge him from Priest Maxian, located inside Olive's Brewery. After you've completed this quest at least once on a given character, you can take it again on subsequent days and skip straight to confrontation with Hollowjack. Alright. Should you claim victory and complete the daily quest, you will be rewarded each day with a special Dremora Plunder Skull unique to Lord Hollowjack. Within this haunted container, you may discover a rare jackpot similar to that from the Crowborn Horror. However, it also grants a unique achievement and trophy furnishing. You can sometimes acquire a matching collectible bust furnishing by looting Lord Hollowjack 2. Good hunting. Impresario and event tickets. During this year's Witches Festival event, you can collect 2 event tickets from the first boss you defeat each day. This means you can earn up to 28 tickets by the end, but remember that you can only hold up to 12 event tickets at a time. Don't let those tickets ghost you. Okay, so, let's see, 12, yeah. So, yeah. Spend your tickets for this event. The Impresario will stock the following items. All 3 Stone Wisp of Truth and Law Pet Fragments, Axiomatic Runestones, Glyph of Law, Powdered Wisp Remains, the first 2 fragments of the Wild-Grown Chapel of Giuliano's House, Diminutive Runed Archway, Heavy Philosophical Tomes, Wicker Chain Soul Outfit Style Pages, Hag Matron's Face Markings, Hag Matron's Body Markings, Event Specific Furnishings, Webbed Cone Furnishing, Hollowjack Lantern, Ouroboros Furnishing, a Specimen Jar, Spare Brain Furnishing, furnishing, okay, whatever. Group Repair Kit, Companion, Guild Commendations, Witch's Grab Bag. This is purchasable only if you haven't yet collected all the items contained within. The 2025 Witches Festival will also be your first chance to start collecting fragments of the final event. Morphine Collectible of 2025, the Wild Grown Chapel of Giuliano's House. Additionally, the Impresario's colleague Nenular, the Indrik vendor, has the following items available for purchase using event tickets. Indrik feathers, berries. Okay, cool. Well, hold on. Nascent Indrik feathers, pure snow, Indrik berries, crimson Indrik berries, frostlight Indrik pet, rose thorn Indrik pet. Lastly, the Impresarius assistant is offering the following, which you can acquire with the event tickets. All three unstable morpholith fragments, Deadlands flint, rune-etched striker, and smoldering bloodgrass tinder. All three Dagonic quasi-glyph fragments, smoke weathered griffin feather, black iron bitten brittle, black iron stirrups. All three Soulfire Dragon Illusion Pet fragments, all three fragments for the Daggerfall Paladin outfit, and Passion Dancer Garment costume fragments. Okay. The spoopy season has truly begun as monsters stalk the people of Tamriel. Are you ready to hunt the Haunters during the Witches' Festival in-game event? Are you excited to put Lord Hollowjack to rest and unlock spooky rewards? Let us know. And again, it runs from October 23rd, that's yesterday, to November 5th. So, let's see how long that is. Next week. Basically 2 more weeks. Alright. Next. Season of the Wormcult preview, Eastern Solstice. Okay, this is the Q4 update. And this released earlier today, October 24th, 2025. Pass beyond the Withering Wall and explore the changed landscape of Eastern Solstice. Spoiler warning, this preview contains information on Season of the Wormcult Part 1 storyline. We recommend playing through that quest line before reading. The Band of the Withering Wall rages... Okay, hold on. If you're not interested in Pax Dei stuff, and you don't want spoilers, you can probably end the video right here. Spoiler alert for ESO stuff. Or, alternatively, you can skip to the Pax Dei stuff that you'll see in the visuals later on. Okay. Rages on until the battle for the Withering Wall rages on, with players across Tamriel fighting to bring down the barrier to Eastern Solstice. This region is held by the Wormcult and is in the center of their efforts to join Nirn and the Daedric realm of Cold Harbor. Do you have any inkling of what now lies on the other side until now? A land laid to ruin. Eastern Solstice was always more isolated than the western reaches, but it remained a fairly ordinary region, says Associate Design Director Jason Barnes. Then came the plane melt. The land itself shifted as fragments of Cold Harbor crashed into Nirn, warping the terrain beyond recognition. Daedra spilled from cracks in the earth, and the Wormcult seized vast portions of the region. These changes brought radical and destructive change to the region, as well as the lives of its inhabitants, primarily an unusual tribe of Argonians. The eastern side of the island has traditionally been the home of the Stone Nest Argonians, as well as scattering of people from the western side of the island, shares project narrative director Bill Slavicsek. The Stone Nest tribe reveres the everlasting stone, as their name implies, as well as the ancient Zanmirs. Unlike other Argonians, they build with stones to the current day. They have been displaced from their homes, attacked, and enslaved by the Wormcult. You can also find non-Argonians around, such as members of the College of Sea and Sword, who maintain a training lodge on that side of the island. These scholars of all races are in no less danger from the Wormcult than the Stone Nest, cut off from the sunport and safety in a once tranquil landscape of chaos and corruption, challenges and companionship. Across this twisted tableau, all manner of threats awaits your attention, as the region is full of deadly foes and complex challenges. The biggest challenges in Eastern Solstice are the world bosses, says Barnes. A Daedric Guardian from Cold Harbor, first glimpsed during the Withering Wall event, now calls this region its home. Wormcult rituals attempt to summon powerful shades to serve their dark purposes, and the corruption spreads farther still. Bosses, delves, and public dungeons aren't the only thing to discover, though. Hidden achievements await across the eastern side of the island, as well as a good number of quests sprinkled throughout the island itself, many of which you can determine their outcome. And of course, there's the main thread of the Wormcult, tying everything together, including driving the main story of the zone forward from its beginning on the western side of the zone. In addition to the Solstice main quest, which drives to an epic conclusion with this release, we've got an amazing post-quest at Slavic Sec. It develops based on how well you know a specific character and how you decide to progress through the content. Jason and I had a lot of fun putting this bonus content together. Rewards of Eminence. With Solstice's extension to include both halves of the Sundered Island, you'll find plenty of exciting rewards. More item sets, both dropped and crafted, are included alongside a bevy of exciting collectibles. Explore Solstice as a completionist to earn achievements that can unlock the Cold Harbor Death Hound mount, or craft yourself the Fellowship's Fortitude set for early access to the major protection buff at all times, keeping you safe from harm as you explore. Of course, some have their own preferences on which rewards are their favorite to seek out. The only answer is the eminent Slosserer, Opines Barnes, who does... Is that supposed to say opinionate? I don't know. Okay. Who doesn't want a pet sloth with a wizard hat following them around? There's lots of other awesome stuff too, but a sloth with a wizard hat, nothing is going to top that. Yeah, see, there it is, the sloth with the wizard hat. The way is prepared. All these great challenges, characters, and rewards are waiting for you to uncover them once your server brings down the withering wall. Get ready to dive into the conclusion of an epic story, and don't forget to help pave the way towards it. Let us know your plans. Alright, cool. So that pretty much brings us to the end of the ESO stuff. Now we're going to spend pretty much the rest of the video talking about Pax Dei stuff. So, as we know, Pax Dei, on October 16th, had released their 1.0 version. Early access is done. So, our clan is going to be based in Sif, Mary, Ulaid. So, here's the the Sif server, and then the province of Mary, and then in Ulaid. So, let's see the map. So, down is going to be to the south of us. Yarborn and Ardbog are going to be to the east. Gale, Castor, and Shire are going to be to the west. And Birm, Wit, and Nene are going to be to the south as well. And here's the Steam charts for Pax Dei. Notice how the numbers have gone straight up. So it seems that a lot of people really did want to play the 1.0 launch. I was told... Let's see. I was told that the devs have responded to players' requests and concerns, and the game has been more polished in early access. People felt like the game would have a prehistoric turn to impossible crafting and resource sourcing, but the devs felt like the direction was probably not a good idea, so they added a test shard to give feedback on upcoming changes in systems. So I've been told, let's see. So ever since my last video, there have been 3 new articles on Pax Dei. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at those. Okay, so this one was released on October 10th, 2025, and then edited on October 14th. Okay, welcome to Pax Dei 1.0. We have now exited early access, and the game will release on October 15th for founders and their friends, and on October 16th for everyone else. You can find information about the game content and mechanics on our website, Pax Dei Social Sandbox MMO, on our public Discord server. Join the Pax Dei Discord server. Don't worry about the fact that you can't click the link through this video. I'll have the links to all of these articles, the ESO ones and the Pax Dei ones I've covered in the description of this video, so you'll be able to click from there. This update primarily focuses on quality improvements and bug fixes, along with some balancing changes. We're already working on the next update, which focuses on bringing new gameplay into Pax Dei. New death mechanics. The economic penalties for dying have been revamped. The new system aims to improve the game flow for new players who primarily play in home valleys by removing corpse runs in home valleys, while also unifying the penalties across PvE and PvP. The changes also make death more consequential, aiming to improve the overall game economy value flow. The new penalties are 20% of stackable items are destroyed on death. This includes items that can stick one time for inventory slot. All items with durability will receive a 10% reduction in durability. This includes both items in the inventory and items worn on your character. If the player dies in Lionese and PvP, does not include deaths caused by other aspects. Each item with durability has a chance to be destroyed. Up to 40% of all items with durability have been destroyed. When an item is destroyed by the value destruction mechanics, a new item called gear fragments will be added to your inventory to communicate this, one for each equipment destroyed. Players no longer need to do a corpse run if they die in home valleys. On death, value destruction will happen, 20% stackable item loss, and minus 10% durability to all wearables, wieldables. Grave player remains durations have changed. 15 minutes for empty remains anywhere. 3 days if the player dies in the wildlands, wildland dungeons, or dies in Lionese due to causes other than PvP. 1 hour for the remains in Lionese when death was caused by PvP. Gameplay: the following default inputs have been updated. Notification accept to F7 from F10. Notification dismiss changed to F8 from F11. Notification dismiss changed to F8 from F11. Cinematic camera changed to F10 from F7. Game feedback changed from F9 to F8. Thumb mouse buttons appear now as M4 and M5 in shortcuts. Change the death logic in Heartlands. When dying in Heartlands, characters keep all their possessions, so tombstones are no longer created. However, part of the stackable items and wieldable wearable durability is lost. Increase the duration of the cooldown that comes into effect when switching from one wieldable to another. 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Reintroducing the PvP victim slowdown mechanic, where if you get hit by a melee attack, your character gets slowed down. Some changes to the mechanics listed below. Movement slowdown is now subtractive, minus 25%. Old system was overriding speed. The player can sprint and use movement speed, increasing abilities to escape even when slowed. Fixed an issue where the player could prematurely end the current attack by casting spells that were already on cooldown. Improved camera input responsiveness by significantly reducing the rotational smoothing of the camera rotation. Improved responsiveness of the character when turning around. Improved responsiveness of movement and turning during blocking. Made all benches and stools in Pax Dei areas interactive. Chronoseer spell no longer affects the cooldowns caused by changing equipment. Changing wearables now applies a cooldown to relevant abilities similar to what happens when equipping a weapon. Fixed an issue where special weapon attacks and spells would not correctly override regular melee attacks when activated. Rebalanced the equipment durability damage distribution across different equipment pieces when receiving damage. The core pieces, head, chest, legs, and feet, take more durability hits than other pieces. Slightly turned the group experience sharing curves for normal enemies and veteran enemies, skilled enemies. Combat skill XP requirements have been adjusted so progression speed better aligns with crafting. Level design. Removed Tier 2 rare spawns from Tier 1 Heartland camps. Benches near towers and Lionese are now interactable. Game economy. Increased the NPC gold and combat skill experience rewards in Lionese. Plus 50%, plus 50% to combat XP and gold. The gold price to purchase Grace has been adjusted. It's now slightly more expensive to purchase the initial tiers of Grace, while the higher purchase tiers have been made cheaper. Resources and gathering. Resource items description in the journal have been updated to tell which biomes to visit to find the resource. Resource distribution was updated with significant fixes to resource availability across world areas. All Heartlands now have all the resources needed for low-tier recipes. Meadows now spawn most of the same resource as grasslands. Many core resources like copper, tin, reeds, and gneiss have been made easier to find. Several resources that are only used for high-tier recipes are no longer available in Heartlands. Resources previously exclusive to the Wildlands are now also available in Lionese. Quicksilver drop chance from granite mining has been increased. Long and short wood stock materials were simplified by replacing short stock with long stock in all recipes. Resource harvesting and crafting skill buff miracle durations were adjusted to be shorter, now 30 minutes. Gatherable mushrooms, cannonite, and ambergris, but now sometimes change location between spawns similar to animals. Corrupt high-tier animals are now skinnable. The amount of enchantment-related resources that spawn on the ground in Lionese has been reduced. The tier of some items was adjusted so that the tier indicators display correctly. Resource spawning distance and the underlying system for spawning resources were improved to reduce instances where an animal appears close to the player. Inventory crafting allows creating a new wood shield. Founder recipes were moved from the basic crafter to the carpentry crafter. Gameplay balancing fixed a bug that caused the Sylvan staff healing to scale twice as much as intended with item power. Fixed an issue where damage done by staff projectiles will not scale properly with item power. All healing received slight tuning downwards around 5%. Rallying banner effect area was reduced from 8 meters to 5 meters radius. Floodfed grove effect was reduced from 8 meters to 6 meter radius. Cooldown from equipping a new wieldable is doubled 10 seconds to 20 seconds. Reduced support aggro caused by overgrowth and divine intervention. Sword passive no longer scales over item power and is rebalanced to give a static benefit of 2% movement speed and 3% attack speed per stack. Alacrity effectiveness was slightly reduced. Wearable balancing slightly reduced the defense contribution of glove and arm slot items. The defense values were transferred to other slots. Reduced the leg piece contribution to crowd control resistance. Defense and resistance values across different armor classes were adjusted. Heavy armor remains the same, while leather and cloth have a bigger impact. Rebalanced the damage healing increase from leg and chest piece to have a better gradient across the different armor types. Rebalanced crowd control resistance across armor pieces. Introduced a smooth ramp where the highest CC resistance is on heavy armor, herald pieces, and the weakest are on cloth. Certain cloth pieces do not have any CC resistance. Enchanting armor now correctly scales the attribute effects on the character. Biome info UI user interface biome info was changed and the dark background from it was removed. We now display a timer on corpses showing you how long until they expire. Fixed multiple issues with UI not updating correctly when crossing from one zone to another. Fixed an issue where player permissions would stop responding for a period of time after crossing from one zone to another. Fixed an issue where the E keybind would stop working after opening the inaccessible redeeming queue. Fixed an issue where a user was not able to close the can't access redeeming queue window with the use of E. That's focused on. Fixed an issue where reopening inventory while having the enchanting window open would make the enchanting window empty and non-functional. Fixed an issue where the open and journal button for arrow unlock notifications would not direct players to their recipes. Fixed an issue where the plot and tokens tutorial did not mention which menu shows the number of tokens you have. Removed map legend for now since it didn't support localization and covered parts of the playable space in some provinces. Added paths on the player map as dotted lines. Building and crafting. The water surface no longer gives support for building blocks. Placing plots is disallowed in deep water. You can place a plot approximately 5 meters from the shore and build on the water area covered by the plot. Some very high skill level recipes no longer immediately for new characters. No longer display immediately. Fixed an issue where a wrong map preview was shown in Construction Hammer UI when not choosing any plot. Fixed an issue where the bottom snapping point functionally was missing for most foundation building pieces. Changed the text that appears when attempting to build on a frozen plot to reflect the behavior better. Decorative signs now unlock at carpentry skill level 5 to make the building menu more readable for new players. Fixed an issue where XP was not granted to the player if they successfully crafted an impossible difficulty recipe with the help of a blessing. Founder recipes were moved from the basic crafter to the carpentry crafter. Made the opening and the granite arch foundation piece slightly wider and taller to make it less cramped. Some cliffs now have a more precise collision, preventing some building pieces from getting stuck in them. Inventory crafting allows creating a wooden shield. Okay, we're almost done with this article. Character creator lobby. Avatar looks can now be edited after character creation. The player starter tunic has been redesigned and visually upgraded. Makeup presets were created, redesigned interface and color palettes. Okay, adjustments for all to hair and eyebrow color palettes to achieve more natural and varied tones. Fixed an issue where the actual skin tone didn't visually match the selected character's skin tone. Fixed an issue where the reset sliders button in character creator would set all sliders to minimum value. Fixed an issue where characters' outlines would appear blurry in character creation. Fixed an issue where map icons from select start location during character creation will not be placed in the exact location representing the actual in-game placement. Fixed an issue where the mustache color selection tool was not functional in character creator. Fixed an issue where rapidly adjusting body slider would significantly impact the client's performance. Made improvements to lobby tutorial images. Rebalanced the amount of bloom post FX in the lobby to prevent some armors from becoming very bright. Art. Fixed some hard texture seams of the pavement around the holy sites. Updated some shadow settings for camp meshes to prevent them from invalidating the shadow cache. This should help with performance. Updated the red creeper vegetation on ruins with the final mesh of materials. Rebalanced the materials of the smaller and medium-sized rocks so that they fit in better with the bigger cliffs. Fixed clipping of the enchanting items when placed on the ground. Updated penny bun, mushroom mesh, and resource icon with a more typical representation. In-game shop and plot tokens. An in-game shop has been added to the game. Added a warning for cases where an auto-renewing plot would exceed the number of plots periodically consuming tokens. Added a feature so players can see and manage their Steam subscription from their account management page. Added account level notifications to inform both players about their frozen status of plots and more. Several bugs related to the moving between world areas which caused issues such as corrupted active buff timers have been fixed. Added new first-time user experience tutorials. Made some improvements to the text and content of interactive tutorials. Optimized spawning to reduce spawn delay, causing NPCs to drop from the sky visually. Fixed an issue where a bright blinking light without any source was appearing in the small cave pond. The subtle torso seam that appeared at certain angles has been corrected. Some cloth wearables got a low quality LOD update. Fixed some clipping issues with clothing. Update DLSS upscaler DLSS4 and added a multi-frame generation options to graphic settings. Fixed several crash issues. Fixed an issue where closing the account notification would crash the cloud. Okay, this is the end of the article. Known issues as of October 14th, 2025. Trees do not respawn under certain conditions. The game opens in a small window whenever it is launched on a monitor with a resolution higher than 1080p in borderless window mode. Tombstones are duplicated if the corpse hitboxes collide with mob projectiles. Some death tutorial pop-ups contain misleading information. Plot management. The plot list may flicker after opening plot management. Scroll bar disappears in some menus when clicked with the left mouse button. Crowd control resistance is scaled inconsistently with the CC effectiveness. Players cannot perform regular attacks when in the blocking stance. Players' map marker obstructs holy site teleportation UI after specific steps. Character sways unnaturally when sprinting and constantly strafing with AD. The cast bar is displayed to the player despite the spell not activating if tree chopping, mining, skinning is interrupted by it. If you cancel your automatic renewal for your subscription, the in-game shop will still show it as auto-renewal on, but the account management where you actually manage your subscription will show the correct stats. And then character creator. Hair, brow, tattoos, lipstick might revert to the default color after switching to another tab and selecting a different preset. Editing the character's appearance doesn't save correctly when changed quickly after locking out. Character creator. The eyeliner eyeshadow color button may revert to its default settings after switching to another tab, returning and selecting a different style. The tattoo's color does not always need to be confirmed to apply the change, and the character selection, the edit and delete buttons are not functional when using a mouse. Alright. Okay, cool. This one's pretty short. Alright, this was released on October 14th, 2025. So that was 2 days before 1.0. The wait is finally over. Your exclusive head start for Pax Day 1.0 begins today, October 14th. You can now enter the new shards, create your character, claim your clan name, and secure your favorite spot in the world ahead of the official launch on October 16th. Here's what's waiting for you. All your Founders Pack rewards, character slots, cosmetic recipes, plot tokens 1 to 4, and premium status 1 4 month depending on your early access Founders Pack. A boost of grace 200 to 800 to help you get started strong. Exclusive new bonus recipes for Founders only, the Griffin Wind Vein, Griffin Chest, and Griffin Relief Panel. An extra free Steam copy of Pax Day is now available in your account management page. Share it with a friend so they can join you right away. Offer valid through October 14th to November 16th. You'll need to connect to the game and you will obtain the key upon your first login. If you miss it, head to our dedicated Founders article. Important reminders, final wipe. Everyone starts fresh on the new shards today. No more full wipes after this. No more launcher access. The Pax Day XO launcher has been decommissioned. You should now use your Steam key to continue playing. To stay updated on important changes, check the latest patch notes on our Discord server. To celebrate the milestone, we're creating a temporary Discord role herald that you can grab in the rules section. Be sure to claim before October 31st. Okay, better claim that later. We're thrilled to welcome you to this next chapter of Pax Day. Thank you for building this journey with us and bring the very first to shape the world of 1.0. Pax Vobiscum, the mainframe team. Alright. How long is this? Okay, cool. I guess that's not too bad. Hello, Paxians. The wait is over. Pax Day 1.0 is now officially live worldwide as of today, October 16th. Okay, that's, 2025. After months of early access, countless feedback, and the dedication of our team and founders, we are opening this new chapter and inviting everyone to join us in what marks the true beginning of Pax Day. To celebrate the release of Pax Day, please enjoy our new trailer. Pax Day 1.0 is available on Steam, Epic Game Store, GeForce Now, and PC Game Pass. New to the game, if early access. A world already alive with adventures. Since October 14th, our founders have been exploring the new shards, setting plots, and beginning their stories. The world is already alive with adventures, many of them ready to welcome new players into their clans, share tips, and help you get started. We highly recommend checking the clan menu in-game and applying to a clan that suits your playstyle. Becoming part of a stable group will supercharge your experience. List of shards can be found in a dedicated article, and maps of the regions are below, so you can choose your favorite spot to start. Alright. Join the community. Pax Day is a game built around people, and the best way to thrive is together. Whether you're looking for a clan, a guide, or simply a place to share your adventures, we invite you to join us on Discord. Come say hello, find allies, and share your stories. You'll find a welcoming community on our official Discord server and channels to get info on specific topics, discuss with fellow players, find a clan, and get guidance on crafting or resources gathering, for example. While the game contains some tutorials to help you at the start of your journey in Pax Day, our community also has resources to help you further. Last but not least, our website contains helpful articles and media resources. The beginning of a new Pax Day journey. With 1.0, the world starts anew, and this is just the beginning. Upcoming updates will bring feudal shrines, alliances, and more. Welcome to Gallia. Today, the world is yours to explore, build, and define. Pax Vobiscum, the mainframe team. Alright, so this brings us to the end of the update. Yeah, I know, I screwed up a few times, but I really appreciate some of you sticking to the end of this 39-minute video and just bearing with me and supporting me through all this. Have a crosively wonderful day. I'll see y'all in my next video, Tamriel or Gallia, or in Where Winds Meet next month.